The way you make me feel is both intoxicating and terrifying, and I can't seem to escape it. I didn't know how much you could pull me in until I was already too far gone. There's a pull between us that I can't explain, but I don't want to resist it. You've made me question everything I thought I knew about desire, love, and myself. Every moment with you feels like an endless wave crashing over me, leaving me breathless. The emotions you stir in me are like a storm I can't predict, and I'm afraid of what might come next. What you make me feel is not just physical, it's a deep ache I can't shake off. I never imagined someone could have this effect on me, but now that you do, I'm powerless to stop it. You make me feel like I'm both falling and flying all at once. Every touch of yours reminds me that I'm alive in ways I never thought possible. I'm not sure how to cope with the feelings you've awakened in me, but I can't let them go. There's something about you that makes me feel like I'm walking a line between heaven and hell. I've never felt more vulnerable, yet more empowered than I do when you're near. What you make me feel is something primal, something I can't deny even though I'm terrified of it. The way you make me feel is an overwhelming rush, and I'm not sure I'll ever be the same. Your presence in my life is like a fire that burns too bright, but I can't look away. I never thought I could feel so exposed, yet so at peace in the midst of it all. You awakened desires in me that I didn't know existed, and now I'm left wondering how to handle them. What you make me feel is more than I ever imagined possible, and I can't seem to control it. Every moment with you is an adventure, full of unknowns and a deep craving that I can't satisfy. I feel torn between wanting to give in completely and being afraid of losing myself in the process. What you make me feel is a dangerous beauty, pulling me deeper with every breath. You've opened doors in me that I never knew existed, and now I can't shut them. I'm lost in the way you make me feel, and I'm not sure if I want to be found. The way you make me feel shakes me to my core, and I can't seem to fight it. There's a rush inside me whenever you're near, and I can't decide whether it's love or fear. I didn't know how much of myself I was hiding until you made me feel safe enough to be completely open. Every time you touch me, I feel like I'm discovering something new about myself that I never expected. The pull between us is so magnetic that I feel like I'm losing control, but I don't mind. You make me feel like I'm standing on the edge of something so thrilling, yet so terrifying. You awaken a side of me that I can't seem to tame, and I don't know if I ever want to. I feel like I'm caught in the space between surrender and resistance, and I can't choose which one I want. The emotions you stir in me are like waves crashing over me, leaving me breathless and wanting more. I'm not sure if I can handle everything you make me feel, but I don't want it to end. Every touch, every glance sends a jolt through me, reminding me how deeply I've fallen. What you make me feel is both overwhelming and thrilling, and I can't stop wanting more. You make me feel like I'm walking a fine line between passion and chaos, and I'm not sure I want to step off. You awaken a side of me I never knew existed, and I'm not sure I can handle it. The way you make me feel is overwhelming, like my body can't keep up with my thoughts. I never imagined someone could make me feel this way, so deeply and so raw. Every touch of yours lingers in my mind, stirring emotions I wasn't prepared for. It's like you see straight through me, making me feel vulnerable, yet so alive. The intensity of your presence leaves me breathless, questioning everything I thought I knew. I didn't realize how much I needed this until you showed me how much I crave it. Your words and touch make me feel things that are both terrifying and beautiful. You've unlocked a part of me that I didn't know I was capable of, and now I can't stop it. In the quiet moments, I'm left with the echo of your touch, wondering how I ever got this far. Every glance, every word sends a wave of heat that I can't seem to escape. You push me to limits I never thought I could reach, and I can't decide if I love it or fear it. There's a fire inside me now, and it's all because of the way you make me feel. I've never been so torn between wanting more and being afraid of losing myself in it. You make me feel like I'm standing on the edge of something dangerous, yet I can't look away. What you make me feel isn't just physical, it's something deeper, something I can't put into words. I didn't know how much I could be affected until you touched me in what that go beyond the surface. I feel like I'm losing control, but maybe that's the part of me I've always been afraid to unleash. Every moment with you feels like a whirlwind, and I'm not sure I'll ever be the same. The way you look at me, it's like you see straight into my soul and know exactly what I need. I thought I knew what passion was, but you've shown me a whole new level of intensity. There's something about you that makes me feel more alive than I've ever felt before. I'm not sure if I can handle the fire you've lit in me, but I don't want it to go out. The way you make me feel is a rush of emotions, and I don't know how to control it. You bring out a side of me that's raw, unfiltered, and so much more intense than I imagined. It's as if you've unlocked a door I wasn't ready to open, and now there's no turning back. your touch, your words, they make me feel alive in ways I can't even explain. I'm afraid of how far you've pulled me into this, but at the same time, I never want to leave. You make me feel both liberated and vulnerable, and it's an experience I can't quite wrap my mind around. I'm not sure how to deal with the way you make me feel, but I know I can't stop it. Your presence is like a storm, and I'm not sure if I want to escape it or let it consume me. It's as though you've opened a door to a part of me I didn't know existed, and I'm both scared and eager. Every moment with you makes me feel like I'm walking a fine line between pleasure and surrender. The way you make me feel makes everything else seem insignificant, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I never realized how deeply I could be affected by someone until you stepped into my world. I'm not sure if I can handle the depth of emotion you've stirred in me, but I'm ready to find out. The heat you ignite in me is unlike anything I've ever felt, and I can't help but want more. You make me feel like I'm both breaking and rebuilding at the same time, and I can't stop it. I'm caught between wanting to give in completely and holding onto a sense of control that slips away with every moment. Every touch from you sends a shock through my body, and I can't decide if it is too much or just enough. There's something about the way you make me feel that's so exhilarating and terrifying all at once. I feel exposed, vulnerable, and yet strangely empowered in a way I've never experienced before. You push me to the edge of everything I thought I knew, and I'm not sure if I can keep my balance. The intensity of your presence makes me question everything about myself and the world around me. I didn't know how much I needed you until you made me feel things that went beyond the physical. You've awakened something in me that I didn't know was possible, and now it's impossible to ignore. Every second with you is a rush of emotions that I can't seem to handle, but I don't want to stop. The way you make me feel is a mix of desire, fear, and something even more powerful that I can't name. I feel like I'm losing myself in the way you make me feel, but I can't say I'm unhappy about it. You make me feel like I'm at the edge of something wild and unknown, and I can't turn back now. I'm afraid of how deeply you've affected me, but at the same time, I crave more. The way you make me feel is a whirlwind, and I'm caught in it, not sure whether to resist or surrender.